There we are. What is going on, everybody? Great American morning to you. Got a little bit closer, brush the hair back a little bit because it still looks ridiculous. No worries. I am sorry about the beginning of this week, guys. Monday we had some issues. Yesterday was a very difficult day to get up in the damn morning. I don't even want to get into it. It was such a long night, Monday night. That turned Tuesday morning into Tuesday. I am not getting out of bed, and I apologize for that. That is my bad. But today, even though last night was just as busy, if not maybe worse, we are here with you, and I am going to be doing the show again, getting it going, especially because this Friday we have a special guest on from the East Coast, and I will give her away later today. Cam, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for checking in over on YouTube. For those who might know, we found out you can no longer stream to X directly unless you pay for their subscription, which I am not tempted to do really. I think I might. I don't know yet. I'm still debating on that one. But Cam might know a little bit about this. This is the quintessence, quintessence, quintessence. Oh my gosh. Come on, camera, focus up here. The quintessence from San Cristobal to Ashton brand. For those who might not know, our rep was over at Culebras last night. Culebras being the men's only 24-hour members only lounge here in Bakersfield, California. A wonderful spot that does Bible study on Tuesday nights. And it is a great time for any of those who might want to participate because for Bible study, you do not need to be a member of the club. You just have to want to hang out with like-minded individuals and, you know, talk about the Bible, study it maybe just a little bit. No, it's a very good time, guys, and you do come out of there learning more than when you went in, which I really do appreciate. And it's always good to hear the encouragement and advice of those um, who are maybe on the same life track or a bit ahead of you. Learn from experience or different experiences at least. Doesn't matter about age or what kind of work you might be in or what your social background really is. Just a matter of listening and learning from other people, because I think it's a very important thing. And I do love going to that Bible study whenever I can make it. So that being said, I am going to go ahead and light up this San Cristobal quintessence and get starting to talk with you guys today. I hope everyone's having a good week so far, at least, being already Wednesday. I feel very bad for being so late. There we go. I thought I was gonna have to go ditch you guys to find a lighter, but there we go. Very true on that. Cam, yes, very true indeed. There we go. For those watching, let me know where you are watching on right now. It'd be a very big help to know what channels are being the most utilized because like we said, we just lost X. So that's not really a great thing. It's not helpful at all for what we've been doing. But I've been we've been meaning to talk about other websites anyways, other platforms to go live from. So it's not the end of the world. But if you guys do like X and you guys are willing to use it more often, I would love to hear um, the feedback. The feedback's very important, or else we just can't keep doing it. Especially if they're going to charge per site. We're already paying for other things that keep the show running, like StreamYard right now. You see the wonderful graphics on the side and whatnot. Can't really get that without um, uh, the premium access because it looks not as great without the premium access, which is definitely worth it though. StreamYard, I will say, 100% worth it. If you guys do anything like this, check it out for sure. I do not think you'll be disappointed. Very easy click and go kind of stuff. Woo. For those just checking in, again, this is the San Cristobal Quintessence. Quintessence. I could not. I don't know what was going on in my brain there. I apologize. Lorenzo, how you doing, brother? Checking in over on that Facebook machine. Thank you for joining. For those who would like to check it out, in the description below, there is the Smokin' Hot Summer Pack. That is 5 cigars, 5 model prints, 3 stickers, 2 live events, and 1 T-shirt for you. Pick up your size. I know that the sizes go to 3X, but I know some gentlemen out there need 4. So just go ahead and tell me that you need Ford. You can message me directly when you order or send us an email through the website and we'll make sure to take care of you. I apologize. That's just what we have to do. I can get them made in 4X. I just got to make sure um, that I order them individually. I can't order them in the bulk order, which sucks, but it is what it is. It's already starting out really nicely. It's creamy. Um, it's a bit sweet. There's a little bit of like woodsy campfire notes. It's kind of marshmallowy. That's what it is. Marshmallow and campfire. That is all the startings of a s'more right there. If it just had a little more chocolatiness to it, that would be very, very nice actually. So San Cristobal is not usually a brand I smoke very often. I think the Ashton rep gets me into it more than anybody else, which is a good thing because that's what he does. Um, but Mike, our local rep for Ashton, to represent San Cristobal here for a moment, absolutely phenomenal guy. He knows his stuff inside and out. He has a long career, not just in cigars, but in other industries as well. And I'd love to get him on sometime to talk to you guys. Oh, excuse me, about what he does and how he does it. I like to talk to a lot of reps that way, actually. I would love to get more of them on the show, but it's much more rare to see reps wanting to be on the show than it is owners or shop owners or figures throughout the industry, whether it be growers, tobacconists, maybe rollers. There's a lot of ancillary content that involves around these poor reps who have to be on the road. God, 24/7 it feels like they've got to be taking calls, dealing with customers, and it's not like these lounges are open till 4 a.m. Not very often. They don't open at 6 a.m. unlike this show, which does. Boom. But they are still on the road nonstop for something that they want to be doing and that they love doing. Which I really appreciate. I think that's the best way to live your life. If you're not loving what you're doing, I don't think you should be doing it. And I know that some cases that just is not the possibility. But if you can find something that you very much care about within what you are doing, maybe it might be something small, maybe it might be something that is not, germane to the main focus of what you do. Like, oh man, I build staircases all day long and I hate stairs, but I love to count. So you count those damn steps, all right? Whatever it might be, just find that little piece of it that makes you happy about it. It's what I got to do every day when I wake up. Whew. Good smoke output. Burning pretty dang straight for being thrown in the backpack last night. I could not. I was being lazy. Let's put it that way. I was being lazy, and I did not put it inside of my travel case. I just took the cigar itself. Travel case be damned. For the fact that this thing is so well humidified, even here in not quite the elements of Bakersfield, but they were outside of their natural element of being in the dang cigar travel case. It's still smoking beautifully. Still great flavors to it. You just can't be sad about that, all right? I'm not definitely not going to be sad about that. Having said that, what is going on out there, guys? It is Wednesday. It is hump day. There's only 2 more days in the week. One guest coming to you guys on Friday, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. I will give a couple of clues. She's originally from California, or at least that's where I know her from. So let's start with that. Let's see if anyone can guess who this is before we get too far in there. I'm going to start with originally a Californian, and she plays piano. I'm gonna leave it at that and see if anyone can throw in a guess. I'll let you stew on it for a minute. Let's see if you guys can get this locked in. I would love to hear if someone could get it in the comments. But since you guys ain't commenting today, it's gonna be difficult to do so. As Frankie said, on Monday we watched The Boys. We checked out, oh my goodness, House of the Dragon. I've got to catch up on wrestling news and talk. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I don't think I will ever actually catch up, but I will get there enough to where it's relevant or prevalent to the topic at hand or the closer to now at hand. Any great American morning to you, brother, or great morning to wherever you like to call it from. I am not going to judge, but that's just the name of the show, all right? It's a good morning to you no matter where you're at, brother. Whew, there we go. Okay, guys. Again, it is the San Cristobal Quintessence. This is a beautifully wrapped, I believe this is a Connecticut wrap. It might be something a little darker, but I don't think so. I think it's Connecticut wrap. Um, what is going on out there? What are you guys smoking? If you're smoking anything at all, or saving it for later today, obviously I get that. Depending on where you're at in the country, especially here in California, you can't really. It's time to get up. Like everyone's doing stuff, so I understand if you're not smoking, or if you're even further back in time zone than me, which I don't think there's too many people. It's usually forward we're dealing with. We're usually dealing forward in time. But either way, if you don't have time to right now, what's coming up later? Love to hear that as well. I want to throw it out there again for those just tuning in. The Smokin' Hot Summer Pack. It is again 5 cigars, 5 model prints, 3 stickers, 2 live events in August, and 1 T-shirt for you. That's $99 shipped to you. Get yours ASAP, so it gets to you ASAP. At this point, you might miss the first August event, but you will still be able to participate and be a part of it for the voting for the Smoking Hot Summer Miss Smoking Hot Summer contest. Excuse me, which the models and the contestants will be added shortly. That is probably the week before we'll announce them. Alfonso, brother, good to see you. Good to see you. It looks like YouTube's getting some good love today, although Facebook is as well. For those who might not have heard earlier, we are going to not be doing what's the word I'm looking for? X. Twitter will no longer be live on there just because they want to do a paid version where you cannot go live on their website without paying them. I'm like, I don't dig it. Like you want people to drive traffic to your site, and yet you want them to pay to get you more people onto your site. That does not make sense. I might look into it some more because I do hear they take care of content creators, but if they're taking care of us or not, I don't think so. I just don't know. Um, it's not like it's crazy money they want anyway. It's actually less than what we pay for StreamYard. About the same as I pay for my online editing apps. A little bit more than the what do you call it? Store no, a little bit less than storage for all the files and whatnot. But it just adds up. A little bit here, a little bit there. 25 for this site, another 15 here, 12 for X, another 10 for this, whatever, just so we can airbrush something ridiculous. They all stack together until it's like, geez, I don't even know where all the money's going anymore. Having said that, if I didn't have one of them, I probably would be annoyed with myself. So that's why I don't delete them as well. Yeah, it's like the moment I get rid of, let's enhance. I need it. I'm gonna need it for 12, 13 photos that I gotta, excuse me, that I've got to resize and I've got to make them bigger and I gotta redo the pixels, whatever it might be. Oh my gosh, redo the pixels. That's not what they do. Let's enhance. Let's be honest. They enhance. That's the whole purpose of that website. That's the only thing it does. It takes photos from a lower resolution, makes them a bigger resolution. So if you want to put on posters, if you want to put on t-shirts, if you want to put on something that needs more detail, that's where they go. This weekend, we did talk about this for a moment, but over at Hurricane Harbor, water rides, wave pools, lazy rivers, overpriced food, what do you call it, extremely hot floors that you gotta make sure you're wearing your water shoes for. It all added up to an awesome day, and the kids loved it, so I'm very happy about that. Hopefully, we'll be going back shortly, very soon, because they are playing Jaws on a big screen while you sit in the wave pool. I'm all about that. That sounds absolutely phenomenal to me, and I hope I can make it. I don't know if I will. It looks like it's a yes right now, but I am not going to count my chickens before they hatch. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I am not going to do some third form of chicken metaphor before I'm actually there. And if I can get a waterproof case, I'd love to live stream from there. I wish I could smoke a cigar in that wave pool, but I would not do that to them because First of all, I'm gonna hold it above the water. Like I'm tall enough in the area where I'm not that short. Okay, they have a safety area that I am safe in. Number one. Number two, it is waves though. It is waves of water coming at you. So it's like, oh, splash here, splash there. I don't want to get the cigar ash into the pool, whether it's a wave pool or, a water naturally occurring pool on the side of a river, those little embankments. Whatever it might be, I don't want to dip my cigar into their water. That would not be cool. And plus, it's for kids, so I don't think they want me smoking around kids. Having said that, I know for a fact, well, no, not for a fact anymore. I know from past experience that Six Flags had smoking areas. I have not utilized them ever because I just passed by. Oh, look at that. Oh, hello, hello, guys. I passed by them like, oh, look at that. You can smoke inside of the Six Flags. That's awesome. But every time we go, it's so hot. We're so busy. We've got so much going on and so much fun to be had. There's no time to stop for a cigar, although it might be awesome to. Think about that. You go ride Godzilla or Goliath, not Godzilla. You go ride Goliath. You get on X2, Tatsu, all the other Sues you could think of. Um, just don't stop over eat at Peggy Sue's because that's too far away at that point. But you get all this fun in. You go eat over at what's no longer the Moose Diner, which was awesome. I don't know why they got rid of it. And then you go have a cigar. I mean, the park closes at a decently late hour. I think it's like 10 o'clock. So it's not, you're not there till midnight at least. But at 10 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, then I guess, you light up a cigar and you end the day with favorite luxury there. That sounds like a pretty good way to finish off Six Flags. I mean, you could get on the Buccaneer and do that ride that swings you back and forth really, really hard until your stomach feels like it's left behind you up top somewhere. And I still think I would enjoy a cigar with that experience. Um, I might be crazy. I might be crazy and alone on this one. But if I could just find somewhere, and I know they do because I saw it at the Hurricane Harbor. I know they sell alcohol over at Six Flags as well. Just get a tall can, get a tall boy. I would probably 805, being, California, something from Stone Brewery, just because I like it. Doesn't have to be your choice. Totally, totally understandable. Totally relatable to have different choices. But for myself, yes, get myself an 805, probably a Pariah cigar, sit and chillax whilst the day goes on or the day winds down at that point. I cannot think of a better way to finish off Six Flags. That would be a great, great evening. But out there, what are some theme parks that you guys like to go to? I know Disneyland is a big one for everyone out there, or at least most people out there. I get it. Disneyland's awesome. Um, the adventure areas, the fantasy lands they created, uh, just a tram ride to get to each one of them. I had fun on when I was a kid. Um, it's just been a long time since I've actually been to, no, sorry, Six Flags, to Disneyland. And I think I've gone to Disney Walk more than I have Disneyland just because you can go look around. There's good restaurants, um, some incredible collectibles if you are into that stuff as far as like autographs go, and unique and rare memorabilia. Like they had an original copy of the Spaghetti Incident from Guns N' Roses signed, and it was only like $800 at the time. Wow. Richard, how you doing, brother? Good to see you this morning. Great American morning to you. Big shout out to Richard for one of the first to get a hold of that smoking hot summer pack. 5 cigars, 5 model prints, 3 stickers, 2 live events, 1 T-shirt, all for you. Just got to go ahead and click the link. Order yours up, guys. I hope you will check it out and get a hold of it ASAP because there's some good stuff in there. Some very good stuff in there. And I'm excited to get it to you. Now, if you guys have been following my personal stuff, these last 2 mornings have not been early mornings for me. Unfortunately, yesterday was I was dead to the world. Um, Getting to sleep about 1 o'clock, 1:30 does not help for a 4 a.m. wake up, or 4:30 or 5 o'clock wake up for that matter. I've been as best I can getting to the gym at 4:30 every morning, but not yesterday. But I was able to get all my stuff done at night, so I'm not too sad about that. This morning, I'll get it done after this. So they do have other things I need to take care of before I head into work, um, which I'm, again, not sad about. But tomorrow, my goal is to get back to the routine bright and early. I only got up at 5:30 a.m. this morning instead of 4:30, so that hour really makes a difference. As far as rest wise goes, especially if you miss it at night, you got to catch it up somewhere, and I'm going to catch it up that way. That's the only way you can do it. So I apologize for not having that out there earlier. But you know what I do have is really good news about some filming. So, uh, thanks to Joe, our casting director, and I guess location scout and co-producer on this, we have a project coming to you guys in November, or it will be filming in November, excuse me, releasing um, in the summer of 2025, and that is going to be the Star Spangled Beast, guys. The log line for the film is out there, but I'll just give it to you real quick. There is a group of very, how do we put this, progressive individuals and Instagram influencers that go into the mountains to have a fun weekend to celebrate their pride and whatnot, but they are not very American loving in a very American loving town. And you know who loves America more than anybody out there, more than maybe even Thomas Jefferson? I tell you who loves America more. It's Bigfoot. The Sasquatch, the mythical ape, loves America, and when they make fun of it, he hears and he gets mad. He gets very mad, and he takes it out on not just them, but some of the locals, some other of the camp visitors, the campground visitors. It is a bloodbath, and I think you're gonna have a lot of fun watching something this ridiculous. And it's already been pointed out to us that it is politically polarizing what we are talking about. But I thought it was just funny to see Bigfoot get mad um, at people for something that he probably wouldn't actually care about. But I guess it could be construed in the wrong way. I am not going to back down on this at all. It's going to happen the way it's going to happen, and I think it's hilarious. But more important than what I think is what I know is you you're gonna love the cast. We have some amazing people involved in this one, amazing people behind the scenes. It is going to be so much damn fun. I cannot wait for November to start filming that. Would you be around apes or Sasquatch? I would be around ape versus the man. I pick the ape. I would absolutely hang out with Sasquatch. I would not take his beef jerky. Um, I would not push him into the woods like Harry and the Hendersons. I wouldn't do that to him. But if you've seen Celebrity Deathmatch, you got to watch out because Bigfoot versus the Loch Ness Monster apparently just destroys. That's a scary thought right there because that is Scottish. And I know there are other woodland apes out there or lost apes of the ape culture, like the Yeti, which I think is like a Eastern European thing or Antarctic thing. I don't really know where Yetis come from, or abominable snowmen, or whatever you want to call them. But I know for a fact that the U.S. has a lock on a lot of what do you call it? Sasquatch and Bigfoot sightings. We just do. We're a fun-loving, interesting bunch. I'll say that much. What cigar would you give to Sasquatch? Oh, I'd give him a Saka Squatch, a Saka Khan. That'd be like the number one cigar I give him. It would absolutely be something from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, from Steve Saka, the Sasquatch himself. Maybe get him a unicorn if I could, a unicorn for the unicorn of America. Hey Jeff, look at that. Morning from Miami flying home today. Okay, have a safe trip. Be careful out there. Um, and enjoy yourself. I think I don't know what I would assume Miami still has a smoking lounge or a smoking area inside their airport. Bakersfield does, and I know we shared that picture because the morning we flew to Texas, I smoked a cigar at the airport, like a back in the 1950s minus segregation. It was awesome. Oh my gosh! But in all seriousness, yes, Jeff, have a safe trip home. I hope you had a great time in Miami. I hope everyone out there is having a great start to their Wednesday. I know I am, thanks to you guys. The more you comment, the better my days get. I will say that very much. So after no, before actually, before we film for the Star Spangled Beast, we hope to refilm finally Christmas Party Massacre in the beginning of October. That one's a little more tentative at the moment, just because budget. I don't know will allow both of them to happen right then and there. If I can make it happen, I could make it happen. Oh yes, oh, tinging with excitement on that. Spent most of the time in Key West. Hit one lounge there, hit one in Miami. See, that's why Tampa is where you got to go if you're gonna hit lounges, Jeff. If it's a family thing, totally like one, two lounges is awesome because that's not everyone's cup of tea when you're on vacation. So if you can get to any of them, that's a big plus in my book. But if you are lounge hopping, if you are lounge enthused, if you are lounge curious, Tampa, go to Ybor City. In fact, will the beast be flying the flag with with an eagle flying above? I was actually thinking of something like that. I don't want to give it away, but I don't know if we're gonna go that far into it yet. Yeah, I will save that one for another time. But again, I was at Hurricane Harbor on the yeah, on Sunday, and I was in line waiting for drinks to get for the family, a bunch of water and different things, just cold drinks for a hot day, nothing fancy. And I noticed a very pretty lady there, a bunch of tattoos, and her I'm guessing her boyfriend. I didn't get a name to either of them, but then I noticed the boyfriend, and he had more tattoos than she did. And they're all pretty badass on both of them, and he had a huge one right on the chest right here, right across, and it said, "No joke, Cigar City." And I was like staring at this dude's chest for a good minute to where he could have went like, "Hey, my eyes are up here, young man." And I was like, "Oh, I'm being prejudiced. I have to apologize for that." But no, I did stop him for a moment, in the middle of this park. Like, "Hey, brother, what does your tattoo say? Is that Cigar City?" He's like, "Yeah, it's Cigar City. It's this thing up in Florida, near Tampa, like Ybor City, right?" Like, "Yep." So we talked for a minute about cigars. I should have got a name, but I didn't want to stop him for longer than I already was because the lines are long. Outside the water's hot. Get back into the pool or get back into the river or the slides, whatever it might be. I didn't want to take up more of his time than I already did. Just like I'm not going to take up any more of your guys' time, like I'm already doing. But I want to say for those who did not guess, for this Friday special guest on Friday, we have Angela Yu from the Cigar Cathedral, all the way from Tampa, from Ybor City, coming in to be a live guest with us. Hopefully, she can give us a little tour of the lounge, of of the cathedral. It's so beautiful, guys. The courtyards, the lounge, the private lounge, seeing up and looking at Carlito's office above it all. The bar's great. The bartenders are wonderful. The tobacconists they have working the humidor are spot on. You're just gonna have a great time. If you are in the area, get to that area. Skip whatever area you're in. Huddle on over. Get to it. I would love to see you all there. Take some pictures. Send them to her because she would love that. Send them to me 'cause I would love that. But that is going to wrap it for now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. We'll be back tomorrow and the next day, but not the next day or the next day because that's the weekend. I'm going to take it off because I like having some mornings to myself. Having said that, we'll be back tomorrow. Um, yes, next guest two, I guess, amongst the guests this Friday, and more guests that you can guess are coming your way very, very soon. So please stick with us, keep watching, and have a great American morning, everybody. Talk to you soon.